Hello, welcome back to our channel. My name is Dominic Lashan, and in this video I'm going to show you how to write formal letters and as indicated on our whiteboard. And formal letters, these are just letters that you write to those senior people who are in certain positions in organizations, in institutions, and so forth. And there are several types of formal letters. These include the application application letters. We have letters of complaint. We have letters of inquiry. We have also invitation letters. Invitation letters. We have apology letters of apology. We also have just business letters. Business letters and so forth. There are quite a number, and so we are just going to roughly look at these ones. Now, all these letters, starting with application letter, these are letters that one writes in case he or she needs to apply for a certain job. If you want to get this a vacancy in this institution and you need to fill that vacancy, you write a letter to that institution so that you are given that job or role. A letter of complaint, maybe you are not satisfied with the product or a service of a certain company, you can write a letter of complaint to air out your dissatisfaction. The inquiry letter, this one now you write to an institution or also a company trying to ask for some information about or regarding an item or a service, something like that. The invitation is a letter that you write to invite someone to a celebration or an event. It can be a celebration or even a funeral, for instance. Just an invitation letter. You welcome someone to come and join you to do in a certain event, for instance. And the apology letter, now this one is now you write to someone in a certain position to show remorse that you regret doing a mistake, for instance, and that you won't repeat again. So use an apology letter. And lastly, a business letter. They don't just write to any firm or an organization. It can be about anything, asking about prices, showing dissatisfaction or about something. It can be anything, but it's still a formal letter. Now, when you look at all these letters, they have one thing in common. They use the same format when you're writing. In case a question comes in any of these, the format is always the same. And there is that format that you use. You can write the two addresses. One address is on the right and one is on the left, or there's that format that you can use. Everything is aligned to the left. So for this video, I'm going to show you how you use the one that it has two addresses, and the first address, the sender's address, is on the right. So assuming we have an address like this, Maraka Estate, you write in full estate, then PO box, let's say 1120. The location is Maraka. Full stop. So in your book, it has, of course, it is ruled. So skip a line and write the date. It's good that you write the date in words. That is, for instance, 6th February, 2026. Full stop. You again now skip another line and come to the left where you write the recipient's address. For instance, let's say the deputy principal, comma, the school is, let's say, Maraka Secondary School, but ensure you write in full. Then the PO box is, let's say, also 1120. Then location is Maraka, like that, full stop. That is the second address, the recipient's address. After that, in your book, you skip a line, then you put the salutation. So if you know if it's a man, you just say dear sir. If you don't know if it's a man or a lady, you can say dear sir stroke madam. If you know it's a madam, just say dear madam. So dear sir, for instance. Then you put a comma there. You skip another line. You skip another line and write the re. The re is not ref. Most of the students usually write ref, and that is not correct. Ref, it's found in a memo. Ref, it stands for reference number. But now this one, you say the re is like the subject of whatever you are writing. It's usually written here. Then after the re, after now you have the content in here. The last part is called the signing off, whereby it is yours faithfully, comma, you sign. Then you put your name, your two full names here. Dominic Leshan, for instance. Dominic Leshan. So this is the format of all those letters that we mentioned earlier. Here you score 1 mark for your address, another mark for the date, another mark for the recipient's address, another mark for salutation, another mark for the re or the subject, then 1 mark for the signing off. So format, you get 6 marks. Now when you go to content, okay, before you go to content, this re, this is the only thing that will be changing across those letters. For instance, if I'm applying for a job, it's a letter of application. Here I would write application for, let's say, secretarial job, application for the secretarial position. Okay, if it's an invitation, it will be invitation to my graduation ceremony, like that. If it's a complaint letter, it will be letter of complaint. It will be a complaint about 1, 2, 3. If it's an inquiry, inquiry about something like that. If it's an invitation, it will be invitation to my 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay. So if it's an apology letter, it will be apology for doing that. Put the mistake there. This is the only thing that will be changing when you move from that one letter to another, but the format remains the same. So format, you get 6 marks. Now about the content, it is very simple. You only need to follow the instructions of the question. Now, for instance, the question has told you to write an apology letter. For instance, you've been caught stealing something, or you've been caught at the gate for carrying illegal or restricted materials that are not supposed to be carried to school. So you've broken the school rules, and you're told to write an apology letter to the deputy principal to apologize for the mistake. What do you say? Direct to the point. I hereby write to apologize. Apologize for what? Name the mistake. You have to name the specific mistake and when you did it. Okay? Name the specific mistake and when you did it. And then the next thing, you have to explain why you did the mistake. Give some explanation there in a paragraph why you did what you did, and acknowledge that it is wrong. What you did was wrong and it was against the school rules, for example, and that you regret and you are willing to take any punishment that may come your way. Then after that, and in another paragraph, you can talk about now promise that this will never happen again, that you did wrong, and that won't happen again, and you're looking forward for that forgiveness from the deputy principal or whoever the questioner has told you to write the apology letter to. Just like that, and you score it well. For example, let's say it's an invitation letter. You have to say that I write to invite you. Invite me to what? Name the specific thing. For instance, my graduation that will happen on, state the date, from this time to this time. Alafu state also the venue that will take place here and here. So when you mention those specific things, those are marks. You're getting marks as you go like that. And also, if it's a easier celebration like a graduation, let your letter have that welcoming tone, a happy tone in it, so that it does not scare off the person you are writing for. And also, that is content. You can get around 7 or 8 marks. It usually varies, 7 or 8 marks, but around there, by simply following the instructions of the question. And lastly, we have language, and this language, the marks of language is usually 8 or 7, varies, but around there. And it is simple. You only need to have varied structure of sentences, e.g. simple. You can have compound sentence there. You can have simple compound complex sentence. You avoid punctuation errors. misuse of punctuation marks. You should avoid that, and also have some terminologies, a few terminologies there, but ensure you know the meaning and you know how to spell it so that you're not penalized for using those terminologies. And I think that is it for the formal letters. So till we meet in the next video, bye bye.